Hello everyone, and welcome to Elden Ring. I have played a little of this game so far. I think I'm about 6 hours in, but I decided to make a bit of a quiet playthrough. So let's get started. So I have spoken about this before, but I'm not typically trying to make an ASMR video, but just more of a relaxed kind of video, the kind you would listen to late at night. The prisoner looks very funny. So, I think I'll do Vagabond. I typically don't use a shield, I tend to just roll, but I think the cloak looks very nice, and I think it'll be a nice change of pace. Another reason I'd like to do this is because the first ever ASMR video I actually listened to was a Dark Souls video, and I forget the YouTuber. I have tried to find the video before, but I couldn't find it. But he essentially just did an hour-long video similar to this style, a bit more purposely trying to be ASMR, and I just found it very relaxing. YouTube right now is so filled with so much loud, gaming content. Whereas I think the Soulsborne games really lend themselves to a more relaxed playthrough. Which is funny because they can be very rage-inducing games. But I think there's something quite relaxing about watching somebody play these games that are typically rage bait, and then just having a relaxing time for it, because I think they can be relaxing. I'm not going to customize too much. I think that'll be fine. But especially as you become more comfortable with these kinds of games, you kind of realize they're not as difficult as they would seem. Especially with elements such as co-op, which I don't think we'll do much of today. I tend to join other people, but do the bosses of my world on my own.
The great Elden Ring.
The audio will be quite quiet.
In our home, across the fog.
I mean, a lot of the game is very quiet and relaxing, but there can be some creatures in the game that tend to scream and howl, so yeah.
Now, Queen Marika
These are very nice visuals.
is nowhere,
Good start to the game, I think.
and in the night of the black knives,
I will say, for anyone
the golden was
who has heard about this game but is a bit put off by the difficulty of it,
soon. Marika's
I do think this is
demigod
the easiest of the Soulsborne games, at least from what I have played.
of the
there is a very difficult enemy in the beginning, which I will show you guys.
Mad taint of
However,
new
it's very
flowers
deceptive because you can just go around him and come back to him.
shattering.
This game, unlike the other games, is far more open, and you can kind of take challenges at your own pace.
No lord
So if something's too difficult, you can go away and level up and come back, and it'll be a lot more manageable.
leading to a
And if you're really struggling,
by the
you can do
greater
co-op.
will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all.
I think I forgot just how long this intro is, but I do like the voice acting. I'm not sure how it's coming through to you guys, but wow, can't wait to fight him.
And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless, a tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Okay, let's get started. To be honest, I did forget that. Well, I won't spoil it for those who don't know. Like all Souls games, it has to start with a boss fight. Ow. Ow. See, it is, as I was saying, deceptively difficult. Kind of starts out the game, and that's immediately what you're hit with. But after that, it does get easier. Sorry, I said it does get easier. Graphically, the game is nice. If you're coming off of Hogwarts Legacy or God of War or something, Graphically, it's not the most impressive thing in the world, but it is nice. But where the game excels is in art direction. I mean, you'll see when we get out into the world, it is beautiful. I love Torrent, he is the best.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
So, as far as the story goes, I have no idea. I've never really been able to pick up on the story beats of these games. After I finish them, I tend to just watch Vati videos. I think that's the name. But he just does lore videos on the series. And they're always interesting, and I think they do add a nice amount to the world. But it's not really what the game's about. So we're not going to do that, because I do already know most of the controls. Oh no, I'm fat rolling, that's not good. So I normally go for a dexterity build, which is light and nimble. But at the same time, I do really like heavier builds, because then you can mess about a lot more with the fashion in the game. I'm a really big fan of armor and cosmetics in video games. I will happily spend hours just mixing and matching armor pieces till I find a good combination. And here we are, look at this, it's gorgeous. Lots of new things for this game series. There's also a day-night cycle. And as you've probably seen, you do get a horse, which is nice. Since I'm not going for a magic build, we don't really need the blue flasks.
Oh yes, tarnished are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring, hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
That's quite the sick burn.
Guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
So, this is the enemy I've been talking about. As I said, you come out and he's the first enemy, and you think, oh, so I have to beat him to continue. But it's not the case. I will give it a go, and probably die. But that's okay. After that, we'll go around him. Come on then. Come and have a go. I just realised I'm fat rolling, so I should not be dodging. I really have not played as a shield user in such a long time. There are great advantages to it, especially for PvE. I just find for PvP it tends to be disadvantage unless you're very good at parrying, which I am not. Also, I just find samurai swords very cool, and so I typically like to use them. Ow. I need to back away, I think. I will say, for anyone who's starting, the shield build is very good. I mean, as you can see, this is a very strong enemy, and as long as you hold up your shield, you're okay. You can block most of his attacks. You're only really in trouble if you run out of stamina. We're doing pretty well, I think. Better than I typically would be. Ow. Ow. So that's okay. I did better than I thought I would for my first attempt. But as I said, he's very strong. And sorry, I said he was very strong. But you can come back and try again. There is stealth in this game too, which is very good. I think seems like a bit of a carryover from Sekiro, so really any kind of playstyle you want, it is viable in this game. Stealth doesn't really help in the bosses, but if you're just grinding or struggling with a particular area, there are lots of workarounds you can use. This cloak is very flowy. Lots of tutorials. That's okay.
You're tarnished. I can see it. But I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
I would, Kyle, but I unfortunately do not have any runes right now. I keep wanting to call them souls or blood echoes. I've not quite gotten used to the lingo of Elden Ring yet. So I can show off a bit of stealth here. Works very well, you know, like most games, but I don't know, it's a very good sandbox, this game. Took me a while to get into it, but Honestly, that's the same for most Dark Souls games. It takes me a while to get into it, but then once you do, it's very hard to put down. Although, I think he may have. No. Nah, we're okay. I will say there is something nice about playing as the classic knight archetype again. Knights are just cool, and I love cloaks, so win-win. My main issue right now is that I can't dodge very well, but should be fine after a few upgrades. I heard somebody describe this game as From Software's first real AAA game, and I can see why, because it is a lot more ambitious than their other games, in my opinion. And there are so many ways to tackle each area. I mean, it's very weird, it's kind of jarring coming from Dark Souls to this series. Like, anywhere in the map you can just go to at any time if you want. You also have these fun encounters, like this is a bandit camp, I guess you could call it. And you don't really get this in Dark Souls, where you can at least infiltrate it. Typically you just memorize exactly where all the enemies are. Whereas now, because it's such a large camp and there are so many, it's advised at least to use a bit of stealth at first.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
The armour in particular, I'm a big fan of, it's so detailed.
Offering guidance.
This has given us a good look, but if you look at all the scratches and dents, it's gorgeous.
I am afraid.
appreciate if everyone stopped mocking me for being maidenless.
Play the role of maiden,
Never mind, we have one.
turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect. Shall I turn your rune? Let my hand rest upon you. Share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions,
Excited for you guys to
principles you would follow.
meet Torrent. He is indeed the best. I say endurance, changes equip load, and stamina. That's pretty good. Pretty happy about that. I felt like in Dark Souls raising equip load was a bit of a sacrifice, so it wasn't very useful. To my memory, raising equip load was its own thing. So this is nice. So we need to get Torrent out here. Here he is. And isn't he magnificent? He is the best. And he can jump. So it's a big thing in this game too. You have horse combat, and there are kind of mini bosses, I guess, where you can do horse versus horse combat, and that's very cool. I am going to get off him because I don't want him to get hurt. Ow. Did not know you could do that. Ow. That's very cool, there's counter-attack mechanics. I really need to sort out my fat roll situation. This is pretty tough. How? Okay. I think we might need to try and stealth kill this guy. Okay, let's try that again. I really like the idea of a knight having to sneak. You know, maybe it'd be a bit too difficult in full plate armor, but I think the visual's very cool. And as I said, this game's very pretty. Its art style is, I don't know, it's very immersive. I will say as well, it runs well. Because I'm recording at the same time. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Because I'm recording at the same time, it is hurting the frame rate somewhat. However, it's still holding up pretty well. There we go, easy peasy. It is locked at 60 FPS though, which is kind of strange. Ow. Could you not, please? Thank you. I'm very unsure how to do the counter attack I did. I think maybe I have to click R2 when it flashes. Still though, we handled him pretty well. There is also crafting in this game, which can be useful. I don't use it too much, but occasionally it's good to have. Oh no. I think we're getting into the swing of things now. Is that better than my shield? Maybe. I'm pretty sure there is a secret area around here. There we go. So this is also another aspect which I haven't really messed around with too much, but I have seen them used and they do look very useful.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Erd Tree. This light, once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden. Upon a demigod who inherit, if the rays of grace signal the cast, then the Elden Ring as an ally prayed to face the challenge. Shall I turn? Let my hand rest upon you. Share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Also increases my physical defense, so that's good. It says in order to have a fast roll, I need to have a less than 70%, but I can't actually see a percentage, so... Oh, I'm carrying a halberd at the same time. Oh, and okay, now I can fast roll. Right. Okay. That problem's sorted then. Oh no. How? 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 I will say this trap seems kind of unfair. It's kind of scary. Ow. I think we may need to tactically retreat. You may be saying, what is tactical about my retreat? And to that I would answer, absolutely nothing. But it does make it sound a lot less cowardly. That was terrifying. We made it though, so it's okay. See, this game's pretty kind, like, you know, you can just ignore him if he's too much of a problem. To be fair to me as well, they did ambush me, so I feel like it's well within my right to tactically retreat. I think HP is always a good place to start with these games.
I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose.
So, does that mean I'm maidenless again? Oh, that's okay.
everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me, they fought for me. Only to have their arms taken, their legs taken, even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know, if you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid? It's quite a lark when you think about it.
Okay. That sounds creepy. I have not come to be one with the spider. Thank you.
Well, that makes us two peas. I don't have your coat. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off.
I can imagine. That is quite terrifying, yes.
I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a... Oh, I know. Can you take this little one of...
That is adorable. Is that a pet jellyfish?
Deserves someone braver than my son. The spirits look right. Will be glad of your company.
Amazing. Yes. So that is also one element of the game, which I have not shown yet, but you can have ghosts, spirits to help you. This one's a jellyfish, apparently, so that's nice. For some reason I can't summon him. Maybe it's not a mid-combat kind of thing. Maybe he's just shy, who knows? That's okay. Why can't I summon him? This is so sad. I wonder... do I not have enough FP? I think that might be the case. We'll keep him on us just in case. I think some stealth might be in order here. They have immediately found me. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord, please. Torrent, save me. Okay, there's one. There's two. These look kind of tougher. Ow. Ow. There are so many. Okay, so it seems like attacking right after blocking does the job. Nice. Okay, we're making good progress, I think. Oh, it was an eagle. I thought it was like a rock with a stone embedded in it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that guy be. A lot of people seem to have died in this one corner. Doesn't really bode well for me. I always like to cinematically walk into the boss fights.
In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it
Very
target the fell.
Davy Jones and the curse of the... Wait, that's the rug fell. Never mind, let's fight. Ah. I will say I have played this boss alone and in co-op, and he's very well designed because he's like a bit of an anti-gank boss. He has a tail that can whip the back if people try and gang up on him. He also has ranged spells. I don't think my shield would have helped me there. I will say, playing without a shield is very good practice, because there are some attacks that you just You have to dodge. And if you're very used to just using a shield, then you might struggle somewhat. I mean, I am still struggling. A very good boss fight though, very cinematic. Ooh. That's okay. I think we are somewhat underleveled for this fight. So I think we'll go elsewhere to level up. In fact, I think I might leave that video there and go farm a little so we're ready for part 2. Unless you guys want to see that kind of content, and then maybe I can record that too. But for now I think we'll leave it there. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you liked it, please leave a like. Enjoy the rest of your day, or have a good night. Bye bye.